Hey, what's happening, producer community, artist community? It's Not Real coming to you live from Rio de Janeiro. Don't mind, I've got my water with me today. I'm sipping on some water, so I have to have social proof that I actually drink water. So I'll be drinking something else later, but the water is good for right now. But anyway, I wanted to jump on really quickly today, talk a little bit about my ideas for the NFT space and why I feel like artists and producers, especially, have a unique position in this space. So if you don't know what an NFT is, an NFT is a way for investors to invest in your artistry, your works, whether it's music, whether it's art for the metaverse, whether it's some pictures that you've taken, pretty much anything related to art. They're investing in it right now. It's $1 billion industry, a few $1 billion industry right now, but it's going to blow up. It's going to be trillions of dollars as time goes on. And as producers, we want to kind of keep our eyes open so that we're not behind the times when we're starting to deal with this technology and we're starting to deal with when people are in the mainstream are starting to find out. We want to kind of be ahead of the curve a little bit so that we can be involved. So this is what I see in the NFT space for producers. Producers, when you're creating an instrumental, it's an unfinished piece of work. So every time you add to that, like when you add lyrics to it, it increases in value. So that right there is an interesting point because investors want increased value. That's all they want. So you can say to an investor, "Hey, I've got this unfinished piece of music. The track is done for the most part, but later on we're gonna hopefully add an artist to this. But in the meantime, we're gonna be selling beat leases or selling the work to different artists to try to actually come up with a song. So I can give you a percentage, maybe 20% of the beat leases that I receive for this particular song or for this particular piece of music. And then when an artist buys it exclusively or there's some type of arrangement that comes out of an artist has a song, they kind of feel like it's a hit. I want to use this song. I want to be able to, put this song out. Then it might be a thing like, okay, now as far as the investor goes, okay, so now we're also going to give you 20% of whatever the revenue comes in for the producer revenue that comes in for me, having my beat placed with an artist that's now on Spotify or Tidal or on Pandora or wherever they're playing online. So I think even SoundCloud, I heard somebody say or read that, that somebody's saying you can monetize SoundCloud and all that too. So, there's all these spaces where there's monetization on YouTube, things like that. So you're just going to the investor saying, okay, if you give me this money up front, I'm going to give you a royalty on the back end. And it can start as early as the first beat lease that I'm selling. So that's increased value for an investor, and that's different than the art space a little bit. I'm not going to say it's totally different, but it's a little bit different than the art space where if somebody just draws a piece of art and it's just really in the eye of the beholder. Oh, do I like this? How valuable it becomes is in the eye of the beholder. But we know that music increases in value as we start to add artists to it, as we start to market it. We know that there's increased value because there's other opportunities, commercial licensing, sync licensing, all of these different things that come along with a finished product that we can market. So I think the NFT space is going to be really important for producers to kind of get ahead of the game and start offering it to NFT investors. Why is this different? Well, the NFT investor is maybe going to take 20%, whatever you put in the smart contract, 20%, 25%, 15%, whatever it is you work out of the particular royalty stream that you're offering them. So you're kind of writing the terms to the contract and you're saying, hey, if you want to come participate, this is what we offer. So maybe one day there'll be like some kind of standard thing that's offered, but it's so new that it's not standard. So you can kind of write your own thing and then we'll figure out, what the standard is as time goes on because it's so new. But I think it's a great pitch to investors. I think this is a cool thing that investors will be interested in because they can see where their return might potentially come from. And then the value of that NFT as we add value to it, the song gets created, all that type of thing. it goes up, and the investor might want to sell it to another investor. They can trade it, they can do all that type of thing. So there's still some questions around that. I still got some questions around it. I'm not going to say I've got it all figured out, but I still have some questions. But this is just the idea. I'm just floating this guy for you guys to, and girls, to actually get an idea of what the thinking is behind it and why I think it's going to be powerful. Now, normally what happens in this situation? Normally, as a producer, you go to a publishing company, or you're trying to get to a record label, and you're trying to get your song in front of artists or whatever. They're balking about paying you up front. They're not trying to give you the whole amount that you want. You've got to market your materials. You've got to buy equipment. You've got to have, softwares. You've got to have all of this stuff, and you've got to, come out of pocket for all of this, and you're not getting paid anything up front, right? So now you have the opportunity to kind of get some of that money up front, do your marketing, buy your ads or target, and, try to get yourself out there and your music out there. And then you've got the artists who can actually get your music out there too. So you're getting that investor money up front, but you're not giving away 80% of your publishing. You're not giving away, 100% of your publishing a lot of times. You're not giving away the rights to your music and waiting years later on to get it back. So right now you have the opportunity to go directly to the investor. So this is what I see in this space. We're gonna, expand on this as time goes on, get into conversation. I want to kind of get you guys talking, see what you kind of think about it, see what you might have done already, because some of you might already be in the space and working in it already. Let's kind of see where this goes, and let's kind of spread the word and see if maybe we can make this something that's viable for the future. I think it's the future of music. It's the future of contracts. NFTs are the future of contracts anyway. So all of you should be looking on YouTube or whatever, watching videos about NFTs, learning about what it is, learning about what the blockchain is, learning about the cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, and all that stuff. It's not just about trading it and making a lot of money. This is about where the world is going to go. And I can see in 10 years that it will be something that the majority of people might begin to know about. So we're at the forefront here. We're on the cutting edge. We're at the beginning of this process. So I want you to be informed. I want you to have the value of the information behind it, and then make a decision about which way you want to go with your business. So I'm going to get out of here. I don't want to take a lot of your time. Hopefully I didn't disturb you today. But it's just something to think about. It's something to have a discussion around. So let's kind of have more discussion around it. Follow me. I'm Knock Rio Beats. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. I have the Producer Review podcast where I'm going to be interviewing producers, interviewing, artists, showcasing artists' works. And I'm not really asking for money to do any of this. I have other streams of income, things that I'm trying to create as well. So we're not really asking for money to do it. If it comes to a point where we have to have it just to keep investing and keep the things going or whatever, maybe we'll do that. But I really don't want to be one of those who's just getting money from artists and preying on artists and preying on producers' dream and getting money from them. I'm an artist, I'm a producer. I find ways to make money. I can make beats, I can sell beats. I teach English, to private students here in Rio. That's just something I kind of fell into. It's one of my streams of income. I trade Forex. I have other things that I do. So I'm not looking to get your money from you. I'm looking to have real conversations around this space, create some excitement, engagement around our industry and what we're doing, and just add value for artists and for producers. So that's kind of what I'm here for. That's what I'm about. So, I know some of you guys are just meeting me, but follow me, subscribe to me. We're going to have these discussions and we'll see where it goes. Let's see if if this actually blows up and becomes a great thing. Okay. So I appreciate your time and your patience and checking me out here today. Once again, it's your boy Knock Rio, coming from Rio de Janeiro. Check out the pictures of Rio. Check it out. If you want to come down and visit, come down and visit. I'll come hang out with you. All right. Come have a drink with me. Come have a caipirinha. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great one. Bye.